Please expand this video to full screen as we navigate through the SOL Review Plan Pacing Guide. We will now explore an SOL Review Plan Pacing Guide. For our purposes, we will refer to the Course 3, Course 2 Honors, and Pre-Algebra SOL Review Pacing Guide. However, please note that all SOL review plans are structured in the same manner. At the top of your pacing guide, you will see multiple links designed to prepare you and your students for SOL testing. The first link will take you to the folders associated with each component of the SOL review plan. Directly following are links to the TestNav 8 platform, the platform that students will use to take the SOL. We will discuss TestNav 8 in more detail a bit later in this presentation. However, the practice problems and tools guides are directly linked here. Next, you will see all things Desmos in purple. The appropriate calculator associated with your SOL is provided. Below that is the HCS Desmos Scientific and Graphing Calculator Resource Guide. This is the same guide that appears at the top of your pacing guide. We have included it here to provide you with quick access to instructional videos on the appropriate application of Desmos with example problem types. New this year is a sample brain dump. Students should practice the brain dump at least once weekly. All students will be provided with scratch paper, a hard copy of the formula sheet, and graph paper. We suggest using either of these documents to have students to dump the items given per the example. Also, feel free to add more to this brain dump as you may have taught your students multiple or varied methods of solving specific problems. We have embedded 3 new links to the SOL review plan. First is the R10 targets spreadsheet. Second is the SOL EOC SDBQ test form protocols. Third is the Desmos Calculator and Math Aids Students with Disabilities test accommodations for Spring 2020. We will delve into these sections a bit later in the presentation. Now, scroll down to the light blue box. Here we provide you with the daily agenda for 4 weeks of instruction. Each component of the agenda is listed in the order of the folders within the SOL review plan. We will review each folder. Daily warm-ups. All daily warm-ups are provided to you in the form, in this case, of a PowerPoint. In some instances, you will see the warm-ups provided to you in a Word, PDF, or flip chart. Let's explore one of the warm-ups. You'll notice that the warm-ups are done in conjunction with the pacing guide and by standard. Most of the warm-ups consist of 3 to possibly 5 problems for students to work on. Next is the Most Missed Questions PowerPoint. It's very important to look at the Most Missed Questions PowerPoint to see how the state will possibly test questions associated with the student's SOL. You'll notice that the test practice includes the question and then the common errors. it is critical that you refer back to the Most Missed Questions PowerPoints during the SOL review plan. Next are your practice problems. You'll notice when you open the practice problems folder, you will see two folders contained within it, the Word PDF and the flip chart. Feel free to use either of these as you proceed through the SOL review plan. Again, the practice problems, follow in kind with the pacing. Practice problems are structured with the SOL at the top, including the reporting category. In this case, number and number sense, computation, and estimation. You'll notice some of these problems look familiar as they're most missed from our division-wide assessments as well as the algebra readiness assessment items. An answer key is also provided. Next, we have provided you with your Desmos Scientific Calculator activities in practice. Each of the teacher guides associated with the Desmos activities or polygraphs on your daily pacing have been provided here. We provided this information to you so that you can see how to implement each of the Desmos activities associated with the day that you implement them for the SOL review plan. Next, you'll see your checks for understanding or exit tickets. Your exit tickets follow in kind, similar to the Do Now activity. You'll notice with the exit ticket that you have at least 1 to 3 problems associated. In this instance, you have 2. Your Common Assessment folder. Your common assessments are included here as PDF documents. We've also included the answer key for you. However, the expectation is that your common assessments and the simulation assessment are taken in Mastery Connect. All other HCS and VDOE resources, including the student goal sheet, lesson plan template, formula sheets, etc., can be found in your general resources folder. Now that we have reviewed the components of each folder, let us look at the pacing. The pacing guide is delineated by strand. You will notice that each day has specific standards of focus. Where applicable, Desmos activities or polygraphs, quizzes, or Quizlet links are available to extend learning. You will notice on day 1 of instruction, students should set a goal of learning and achievement. The student goal sheet allows for students to chart their progress throughout the SOL review plan and to hold themselves accountable for their success. You will also notice the SOL blueprint linked in the reporting category column. Click on the link and scroll down to page 3. This document is a powerful tool for students, allowing them to know how many problems will be tested on the SOL. It is a visual representation of where you can maximize your time. In the last week of the pacing guide, students should take the simulation assessment. This will give you insight into the skills that you need to spiral back to increase students' understanding of content. As schools craft their testing schedules, division leadership has provided guidance for scheduling tests based on the mathematics department's recommendation. Your principal, assistant principal, and/or testing coordinator will provide you with your testing calendar using these specific guidelines. You will notice the testing recommendation highlighted in green.